Good morning, everybody. Today is January 21st, 2021, and I am standing on the Continental Divide. I'm crossing west over the Continental Divide for the first time since last September. It's been quite a trip east of the Continental Divide. It's good to be back west again. Lots of advantages to being in the west. Free camping, BLM being a major one. But right now I'm in a town called, I wouldn't even call it a town. I'm in a wide spot called Pinos Altos, which is it used to be the county seat of this county, which is Grant County, New Mexico. And apparently they had lots of issues with Apache Indians here, but some California 49ers came through here and actually found gold at some point, and they started mining, and $8 million worth of gold and copper and I believe zinc was mined from this area, which those mines played out in the middle of the 20th century. But today I'm heading to, I don't know how to pronounce it, Gila Cliff Dwellings National Monument, which is about 40 miles from here. There's lots of cliff dwellings there, which I find fascinating. So let's go check them out. Little footpath here. This hike's only, I don't know, a little over a mile or so. This is the Gila Creek, which runs into the Gila River, which is about a tenth of a mile just south of here. But they think these people moved here, decided to settle here because of this creek and the water that is, I guess it's year-round. Apparently they came from north of here, which was going through a drought. Everything dried up, and they decided to move south. But the people that lived here, she says, there was only about maybe 60 people or so, approximately 10 families. So not a lot of people, but curious to see what 60 people are capable of building. So this is one family's home, and if you notice, there's a T-shaped door up there, and you see the wood beams that are coming out of it. Those are actually the original wood beams, but they think that they, climbed a ladder, and there might have even been some sort of patio or something up there to get in that door. But the T-shaped door is something all around the Southwest with the Pueblo Indians, and they don't really know why they're T-shaped. It remains a mystery. These wooden poles are the original logs the Mogollon used to build their home. And there's a small red plug in that one. And using dendrochronology, which is the study of tree ring patterns, scientists or archaeologists can accurately date the structures. Most of the rooms were built in the 1280s. But humans used these caves for shelter much earlier. The heavy soot on the cave ceilings and artifacts that date to earlier cultural groups made it likely that humans temporarily camped in the caves for thousands of years. Yet only the Mogollon decided to build within the caves to make this place their home. 700-year-old corn cobs. Wow, this is absolutely fascinating. Just the fact that you can walk in here and check it out. This is just amazing. On the wall over there is a red man. There's also something right there, but I can't really tell what it is. But that over there is definitely a red man. They think they got into these rooms from the top. Or they were really small. Cliff dwellings have been described as the architecture of upheaval. Their appearance across the Southwest coincides with a surge in warfare and people moving into defensive settlements. Less accessible locations became havens. Building in cliff caves provided protection from the elements as well as strife. The strategy seems good, as there is no indication that these cliff dwellings were ever attacked. It's amazing that this culture existed, you know, at the same time as European culture obviously existed, but the Europeans were so much more advanced. And I've read, and it might be true, might be false, but the European culture advanced so much more quickly because they could travel and carry things. There were no horses are not native to North America, so anything that had to be moved had to be carried or dragged, or there was no beasts of burden. There were no horses, there were no elephants, there were no donkeys. None of that is native here, so that is my understanding as to why this culture here in North America didn't progress, I guess, as quickly as European cultures. But the Chinese and the Europeans had horses, the Indians had elephants, and I believe all of the above had possibly mules, but not here in North America. I ran into a ranger who recommended I kind of go exploring on my own. We chatted for a while, and I had talked about those dwellings, and he's like, well, if you like that, then maybe you should go check this out. And this is like obviously off the beaten path, but as you can see, there's remnants of pictographs here. Very cool. You just gotta kind of walk around and look. So the people here didn't have written language, so they used water and powdered hematite to make these pictographs. That's how they communicated. It's cool to think that these little footholes that I'm finding here are possibly used by the Mogollon people 1,000 years ago. Not much of a trail here, as you can see. Just kind of cross-country free-forming it. I do think there's something here worth seeing. And if there's not, then it's always super fun to look. I have been rewarded. I have certainly been rewarded. Wow. Outstanding. Outstanding. Near that dwelling I found is this fence. As you can see up there, it ends, and then there's a natural fence, and then there's this, which is in this wash. And I guess it's designed to swing when the water comes through here, but I don't know if this is to keep people out, to keep cattle in or out. It looks like there's a lot of effort put into this, and I don't know why. Gila Cliff Dwellings National Monument. Once again, it's one of those places you got to be going to get to. You're not going to just pass it on the side of the road. But that's it for today's adventure here in the Cliff Dwellings. Super awesome. I really enjoyed it a lot. If you like this video, please subscribe and please hit the like button. Apparently if you hit the like button, it might get put into the rotation a little bit more, and also if you subscribe, it gets put into the rotation a little bit more. But if you like to see these videos, if you like what I'm doing, please do those two things so I can continue to do this. Thanks for watching.